Hey guys, Grant Clayton, founder 1% List here. Today we're going to be talking about best practices for document management. So let's get some terminology out of the way first. A fully executed document is one that has been signed by all parties. So for example, if a buyer submits an offer and then the seller accepts that offer before the contract is set to expire, then you have a fully executed purchase agreement. Now notice I emphasized before. If an offer expires, can you still accept it? No, you cannot. Once something is dead, once a contract or a signed purchase agreement that has been sent to you is dead, from a timeline perspective, it is dead. You cannot legally bring back a contract to life that has been expired from a timeline perspective. So now on to dealing the best practices when dealing with paperwork. Number one, whenever possible, always use electronic signing. I understand you're going to have a couple of people that are just really hesitant about this or whatever reason. Make your accommodations, but try to make it all electronically signed, okay? Never download a document and make changes and then re-upload an already executed document. That will get you in a lot of trouble. That is fraud. I don't care if everybody knows about it and then agrees to it. I don't care if you have text messages from everybody saying, yes, it's okay. I don't care. Just do not do it. Okay. It is literally harder and takes more time to do that than to just get the proper document signed electronically. Try to avoid having people initial beside changes in a document that has already been signed. Just take one extra step and create another document. Okay. Just do it by the book. Trust me, do it by the book. So you hear me saying use another document a lot. But what document should you use? This is one thing that screws many agents up. So I'm going to break it down and make it incredibly simple for everybody. Number one, we're talking about addendums and amendments. Okay. What is an addendum? An addendum is effectively an attachment to a contract. So, for example, there's sewer and water addendums. There's a flood addendum. A pre-approval letter attached to a contract is technically an addendum. A survey, floor plan, anything you are attaching to a contract, adding a document is an addendum. It's just like attaching something to an email. That's what an addendum is. So if you need a reminder, just think an attachment to an email is the same thing as an addendum. In order for an addendum to be fully executed, the buyer and the seller have to both sign off on it. Okay, that's the only way you're going to have a fully executed addendum. So if you send over a contract and then you send over an addendum and only one party signs the addendum, that addendum is not in effect. And in that contract, if that addendum is attached to it as a rider to it, that contract is not fully executed. Okay, so just pay attention to all those little things. Everybody has to sign off on these things. So now we understand what an addendum is. What's an amendment? Okay, there are generally two types of amendments. One is for listing agreements and one is for purchase agreements. In both cases, you are amending verbiage in a contract, such as changing a price in a listing agreement or changing a closing date in a purchase agreement. So with amendments, just think I am changing something, I am amending something. Okay, if you are amending a listing agreement to change the price or commission offered or anything else, all parties that needed to sign the original listing agreement have to sign it for it to be fully executed. So don't create it and then get one party to sign off, but the other parties didn't, and then go change the MLS. Okay. If you have two parties that have to sign the original listing agreement, then two parties have to sign the price change. You cannot make any changes on the MLS or anything anywhere else until your amendment is fully executed by everybody on that side. Now then, if we're talking about a purchase agreement that we're amending, such as changing the sales price, the agreed upon sales price, or changing a closing date, both the buyer and the seller need to sign off on it for it to be fully executed. That means everyone. If it's a couple on both sides, then it's a couple on both sides that need to sign off. If it's three brothers or five sisters and it's succession property, guess what? Everyone has to sign off before it's done. And you can't make changes to anything and you can't consider anything changed until it has been done. So remember, in all of these things, time is of the essence. Timelines are important. Once again, you can't bring a contract back from the dead. Okay, if you're waiting on a second offer on one of your listings and you got an offer that expires at 5 o'clock, you can't sign it at 8 o'clock and say, oh, sweet, we're under contract. No, you're not. It's dead. It's dead. You cannot do that. Okay. Timelines are important. Contracts expire. People change their minds. You will forget things if you procrastinate. If you have something you need to do from a document standpoint, right now is the best time to do it. Not tomorrow, not when you think about it again, nothing else. If you got something you need to do, just do it really quick. I mean, everybody's got laptops, Chromebooks. You can do it on your phone, do it on your iPad, but just knock it out, because the longer you wait, the harder it is to get documents signed. Then people change their mind and all sorts of things can happen and cause a problem. If you can't, for whatever reason, handle it at that time, make detailed notes to yourself, like text yourself or send yourself an email, okay? And create a reminder to handle it as soon as possible. So just make a reminder in your calendar in your phone, update listing agreement for 123 Main Street. Do whatever you got to do, but just try to get it done as soon as possible and don't let it slip through the cracks. Why is this so important? It is a matter of time in this business before somebody gets frustrated. Right, wrong, indifferent. It's a matter of time before it happens to you. It happens to everyone. I've seen it happen to amazing agents. I've seen it happen to bad agents. Okay, trust me, it can happen to you. If somebody gets frustrated and threatens legal action or action with your board or action with a commission, you will sleep well that night if you know that you use electronic signatures on everything and you've got all your ducks in a row and everything that is supposed to be signed is signed. Okay. But if you've got, documents that you've downloaded and whited out and changed stuff in it and didn't get signatures and all this stuff, you will not sleep. Okay. If you do the things that I've told you in here, all your documents are going to be saved in your electronic signing software, whether it's Dotloop or whatever it is. It'll be in the cloud and you will have peace of mind. If you do not, if you start editing documents, if you download a document, white out things and make changes to it, if you do stuff without permission, if you do stuff, even if it's with permission, but they only sent you a text message, they didn't officially sign off on things, you could face legal, monetary, and ethics complaints. You can lose your license. You can actually face criminal charges if you download an executed document and make changes. Okay, you can lose your license. You can go to jail. Okay, so guys, it's very simple. Believe it or not, doing it the right way is easier and less time consuming than doing it the wrong way. Okay, be careful, dot your I's, cross your T's, get all the signatures you need, and get it all done in a timely manner. You're not going to have any problems. This is Grant with 1% List. Thank you very much. Have a great day.